Hello and welcome. Sometimes the most powerful ideas come in the smallest packages. Today, we're diving into one of the best examples of that, Robert Frost's Fire and Ice. It's just 9 lines long, but in those 9 lines, he tackles, well, the end of the entire world. So yeah, let's get into it. Right off the bat, the poem doesn't start with an answer. It throws us right into the middle of a huge debate, a really fundamental, apocalyptic question about how everything we know is going to end. It sets this incredibly epic stage from the very first word. So which is it? The big, spectacular, fiery finale, or something quieter, colder, and more permanent? Frost just lays this ancient debate right on the table for us, a question people have been asking themselves for centuries. And here it is, the whole thing. Take a second to just read it. It seems so simple, right? Almost conversational. But trust me, it is packed with meaning. This is the masterpiece we're about to unpack together. Okay, so here is the big twist right up front. Frost isn't actually talking about literal fire or literal ice. This isn't a science paper. He's using them as these massive metaphors for 2 of the most powerful human emotions, the burning, consuming heat of desire and the bitter, deadly cold of hate. These are the 2 things he thinks could actually end up. All right, so first up, let's look at the case for fire. This is the more dramatic option. It's the explosive, cinematic ending that I think a lot of us would probably jump to first. So when he says fire, what are we really talking about? It's not just passion. It's desire in its most dangerous forms. Greed, rage, envy, raw ambition. All those emotions that burn hot and fast and just consume everything in their path until there's nothing left. And notice how he starts. Some say. He's pointing out that this is a popular opinion. It's the common wisdom, right? It's the kind of spectacular ending that feels like it's straight out of a movie. But here's where it gets really good. Frost doesn't just leave this as some abstract theory. No, he makes it personal. He grounds the entire argument in his own experience, and that's what gives it so much weight. And this is absolutely crucial to understanding the poem. The narrator isn't some detached philosopher looking down on humanity. No, he's in it with the rest of us. He's saying he has felt the heat of that fire firsthand, and he knows exactly what it's capable of from the inside out. And this is his conclusion. Just think about that word he uses, tasted. It's so direct, so intimate. It's not something he read in a book, it's something he's personally experienced. And based on that, he says, yep, I'm siding with Team Fire. At this point, you'd think the debate is settled. But, of course, it's not. Because just when we think we have the answer, Frost hits us with this incredible sharp turn. He introduces a second possibility, a totally different kind of destruction, but one that he argues is every bit as powerful. This one line is the poem's great what if. It's this amazing hypothetical that just blows the whole conversation wide open again. He's saying, okay, imagine for a second it could all end twice. What would that second apocalypse look like? And you have to wonder, right? What could possibly be as strong as that all-consuming inferno of human passion we just talked about? Well, Frost has an answer for us. And honestly, it's a chilling one. Ice. If fire is that fast, hot-blooded end, then ice is its cold, quiet opposite. We're talking about the slow, creeping death that comes from hate. It's the resentment that freezes a relationship solid, the indifference that lets terrible things happen, the cold-hearted cruelty that builds up slowly over time. And just like he did with desire, the narrator's argument for ice comes from a place of grim, personal understanding. This is not just a guess for him. Man, this might be one of the most haunting lines in all of poetry. It's so quiet, but so confident. That classic Frost understatement. I think I know. What he really means is, oh, trust me, I know all too well. He has seen what pure hatred can do. And that's the real difference, isn't it? The destruction of ice isn't some flashy explosion. It's a slow freeze. It's quiet. It's deliberate. And in the end, it is just as absolute, encasing everything in a silent, lifeless tomb. So now we come to it, the poem's devastating final verdict, where Frost weighs these 2 massive forces of destruction against each other. Now pay really close attention to that word, great. He doesn't mean great as in good or wonderful. He means great in scale, vast, powerful, immense. He's saying that hate is an equally grand and equally effective way to bring about total annihilation. And then, the final two words. That's how it ends. And would suffice. It is such a simple, restrained, and absolutely terrifying conclusion. All it means is, it would be enough. It would get the job done. Either one of these forces, fire or ice, is perfectly capable of ending everything.
And that leaves us with a question for ourselves, doesn't it? Frost wrote this poem about 100 years ago, but it feels like it could have been written this morning. When you look around the world today, which do you see more of? The hot, explosive burn of desire and greed? Or that slow, creeping, deliberate freeze of hate? Or maybe it's a little bit of both. That's the chilling thought Robert Frost leaves us to wrestle with.